Hello, welcome to this week's topic, Copyright 101. We're talking about the basics of a copyright. What is it? What rights do you have in a copyright? And how do you protect those rights? So copyrights I find fascinating. They are actually written into the United States Constitution. Many of the founding fathers of the United States were creative people. They were writers, poets, and they wanted to be able to protect their creative work. So they put a provision into the Constitution that creative works belong to the author. What does that mean? That means in the United States, copyrights are inherent. As soon as you put pen to paper and write something, draw something, create a sculpture, a piece of music, anything creative and tangible and novel that's new that no one's done before, you have rights in it. If you look behind me, these are actually sketches that my great-grandfather did. He was an artist who immigrated from Germany in the early 1900s, and he made a career drawing, creating furniture, curating museum exhibits. So he had a lot of copyrights in his work. A lot of us do. I write this blog every week. I have a website. Nowadays with the internet, there is so much copyrighted material floating around between writing, photography, videography. So how do you protect your copyright? Well, because it's inherent, as soon as you write it, if it's yours and you have rights in it. However, other people have to know that you have rights in it. So that's why you see the copyright symbol. You can use C in a circle to denote copyright, something that you're claiming copyright in. That puts others on notice that you are claiming your copyright. However, if you want the ability to bring a suit against someone who you believe is infringing your copyright and want monetary damages, you have to register your copyright with the United States Copyright Office. The Copyright Office keeps a register of all copyrighted works, registered copyrighted works in the country. It's actually kept through the Library of Congress. When you apply for a copyright, you submit a sample of your work, although sample is sort of a misnomer because you submit your entire work and it goes into this library. And once the Copyright Office determines that there is no other work that you're deriving it from, you get a nice looking certificate of registration that tells you you have a copyright, a registered US copyright in that work. And now, so take my great-grandfather's paintings, for example. If he had copyrighted these, if I were to go online and find someone selling this print on one of the many print shops online, we could bring a copyright suit against them. And there are statutory fines, meaning for every, depending on the type of infringement, for every instance of infringement, a certain amount of money goes to the copyright owner. You heard me mention derivative works. This is very important. I've had several clients come to me and say, hey, I have this super cool thing. I took this song that someone wrote 100 years ago and I've made it new. Can I copyright that? No, you can't. That's what's considered a derivative work. Again, take these sketches. Someone puts them on a pillowcase or on a book cover. Can they do that? No, that's a derivative work and they still have to get permission from the copyright owner to do that. Copyrights are almost so easy as to be complicated. If you have any sort of creative work, it's vitally important that you check to make sure you are not accidentally deriving your work from someone else's. If you are, make sure you get permission from them in writing, of course, and make sure that you are paying the correct licenses. And also, if you're hiring someone to do creative work for you, make sure that you have included the correct work for hire language in your contracts. Again, this is really important with the internet and social media. If you have a content creator, you need to make sure you know who is going to own the content that they create. Is it them, as they own the inherent copyright as a creator, or are you contracting for them to turn it over to you? And if so, how have you documented that? So again, please reach out to me, Kelsey at schaffnerpllc.com with all of your copyright questions. I'm here to help both with creating contractor and content creator agreements that have proper copyright protections in them, and also helping you register your copyrights with the United States Copyright Office. Find me here on Instagram, Schaffner PLLC on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and also online, schaffnerpllc.com.